Now very slowly I'm going to raise my head and start to sit up on the bed a little bit. See if I can maintain as much of that relaxed feeling as I come up. And I'm just using my hands to prop myself up a little bit here. We stretched our wrists a little bit earlier, so they might be able to maintain some relaxation as we ask them to do a little work to prop ourselves up. Now see if you can cross your legs and get into cross-leg sitting position on the bed here. And I'm going to use my hands to prop myself up and back because I feel my lower abs start to tighten up as I'm trying to find a balanced position here. So we can know how balanced we are by just letting go and seeing which way we start to fall. Now, since we're on the bed, there's nothing that's going to hurt us if we were to fall. I can fall completely back. And nothing hurts there. Sometimes it helps to just do a slight fall so that you know your body remembers, oh, okay, there's nothing to fear from that. And I'm going to push myself a little bit forward using just my hands to get my weight so that my head is kind of holding me forward more versus my abs. No matter where I go, I'm still going to need a little bit of help from my arms to keep from falling backwards. So I'm going to actually now put my arms forward to get a little more weight in front of me. And again, I'm going to, on a good breath, breathe in, and then just fall and see where I want to fall. So I've got my head well forward, my arms are well forward, trying to get as much weight forward so that I don't fall backward. And see if I can do that without anything tightening up in my stomach, my belly, this area where we carry so much tension. Some of it's because we want to maintain a stiff spine so we don't fall over. Some of it might be because we want to suck in our gut, make it look like we don't have any belly fat. Some of it's just kind of nervous energy. Usually when I feel nervous energy, I'll feel it the most in my belly. But if I tell my belly to let go, a lot of that nervousness can kind of fade, or at least go to a lower level. Now I feel some tightness in this position here. Let's see. Are you cross-legged right now? Or
yeah.
Okay. Are you able to put your arms forward and to kind of get a little more weight forward, or does that end up hurting you?
Yeah, in order to put my weight forward, I have to sit, my knees have to bow out a little bit into a more Indian position. They can't stay straight, and I slump pretty bad. I can't sit erect.
Okay, yeah, we're not worried about sitting erect. Slump, this is a good position to slump in. And you kind of want to be aware of that slump and be okay with it. So before, when I had my hands behind me like this, I could feel my slump wanted to go backwards. So I was trying to feel more balanced, so I got more weight forward. And now, as I exhale and just let my body fall where it will, I've got a good curve to my spine because my head's forward. I don't have a straight back. My shoulders are rounded. That's okay. That's a natural position for us. You might think, oh, that's not ergonomic. I'm not the correct body position. And that's something to think about when you're going to stay somewhere for a long period of time. When you're at a long period of time, you want to be at a position where your muscles are going to be able to maintain that for a long time. But here, we're just going to be here temporarily. So we're just going to kind of let our muscles fall where they will. And see if you can let go a little more with your neck and let it slowly roll forward. And I'm going to let the weight of my head fall where it wants to. When I do that, I'm feeling little bits of tightness, maybe like a level 3, level 4, in that kind of hump area where the neck meets the upper back. And I'm just gonna see if I can tell them, hey, you don't have to hold on. You don't have to tighten up when you get there. As I get to that slightly higher tension, I'm gonna back off a little bit. Do you feel some tightness in that area as well?
I don't know. This one's just kind of hard for me because I just want to fall back. So it takes a lot of my weak muscles to engage and maintain my posture. Even though it's slumped, it still takes muscle to maintain this. I just want to fully slump all the way and just fall back.
Okay.
But that's because I'm lazy and I don't have any muscles.
Now I'm sitting
Oh,
cross leg here. It looks like your legs are not crossed. Is that right?
they are. They're just. I thought they were supposed to be extended. They're supposed to be more Indian position.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I try not to use the Indian style term, but yeah, if that helps you.
Oh, what's a good one for that? Cross-legged, I guess. Yeah, cross-legged.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
And so now, okay, I can see you've got your arms close to the position I was in.
So
And
yeah, now it's like I can reach a neutral position kind of.
so now if you totally let go, does your body still want to fall backward?
A little bit, but I know I could probably just balance out, especially since there's friction on my hands on the bed.
See if you can move your hands a little bit further forward. See if you can move your forehead a little bit further forward. Because we want the middle of our body, especially around the belly area, to not have to do anything to keep us from falling backward. I want to actually see if you can make yourself so you're falling forward, which is what I'm feeling right now. I'm feeling like I
Yeah,
press in a little with my hands to keep from falling too far forward. Too far forward.
yeah. Now I feel like I could just naturally slump forward, where my head will just like kind of go towards my shins.
Okay. Now see if your head can release a little bit further, slowly, so that we don't hurt our necks or anything. But can your head release any more forward?
Yeah.
Do you feel any tightness as you do that?
Feels pretty relaxed
Okay.
for that area of my body.
Now think of your neck and upper back as just like a wet noodle. Totally relaxed, not supporting your head in the least bit. And letting your head fall where it will. Now I start to feel that in my upper back where it connects with the neck there. But as I do start to feel that little bit of tightness there, I'm just going to back off a little bit by pressing my hands in front of me into the mattress and going back to where it felt totally relaxed again. Do you feel anything tight right now?
I don't think so. Might just be some muscle soreness in my shoulder blade. I don't think it's tightness. I think it feels more like muscle soreness.
Okay.
I don't think that's tightness. Let's see if I can move my left arm a little bit.
Do you feel anything in your hips at this point?
No, the hips feel pretty neutral.
Hips feel good. Okay. For me, I feel this in my hips and lower back the most.
I feel a little bit in my calf.
In your calf. Okay. Interesting.
I might just have my legs too far compressed. I have a very compressed cross leg position. It's always really, really tight, really towards my groin.
Maybe see if you can loosen that up a little bit. I've got fairly loose position. I don't do it real tight. You don't want to feel like you're pulling your heels into your groin. You want to just kind of be just enough so that you can cross and have your feet popping out.
That's better.
One popping out a little bit.
Yeah, that's a habit. I always cross real tight, but yeah, that's a lot better. Gotta let those boys breathe.
All right. And now see. Now again, from your position right now, on your next exhale, I want you to totally release and see which way you fall.
Maybe I'm cheating because my elbows are against my legs, and they're kind of like resting, like they're like tripods, kind of.
Yeah,
I'm not really falling anywhere.
that's fine. That means you're balanced.
I do feel like my neck could go down a little bit further, and my head.
Uh-huh.
I think I am kind of holding it. I am,
You can
because I don't know what to do with that thing, man. I don't want to hurt it. I try to keep it in the most straight, neutral, the way the skeleton looks in the medical exam room position. I try not to put it at angles, so naturally I'm tensing it up. But
see if you can let go of some of that. Feel how heavy your head is. Our heads weigh quite a bit. I forget what it is, maybe 20, 25 pounds or something like that. Hey, Google, how much does an adult human head weigh?
11 pounds.
So 11 pounds. All right, I was a little bit off, but 11 pounds, that's that's a pretty heavy weight.
Yeah, it's significant.
That's 1 pound bigger than my biggest dumbbell I've got here. And remember, so that neck is going to be doing some work to hold that up. See if you can kind of just feel the weight of that. Feel how that weight kind of, for me, it kind of centers just above my nose. That's the part that feels most attracted to the ground.
Now my neck just hurts unless I put it in an upright position. I think I have to relax. I think I have to rest it for a second, or put it back into a more
Straight position.
a straight position that I'm used to. Not normal or neutral, but what I'm used to, I guess.
Sure.
Actually, I just want to give my whole body a quick little. I see that's one of the challenges I have with your regimen is that I don't like holding any one position too long. Then I get tightness and muscle spasms and stiffness. I always like to be in motion. So that is one challenge I have. But I think just what I just did fixes it. I feel better now.
And that's great to think of, because that always I always feel a little confused when people say that is you hold positions in so long. It's like, no, I don't hold any position for very long. It's just it looks like I am, and that can be part of what's hard to explain is that you don't want to be holding anything. You want to be moving between different areas. Your body naturally wants to, but you want to be aware of each little position as you go through it, and be aware that different muscles are going to engage as you go through these. You know, part of why I can stretch for hours and hours on end is I don't stay in the same position for very long. You know, a lot of traditional stretching has you hold one position for 30 seconds or maybe a minute or something like that. You know, I don't even hold for that long. You always want to think, okay, what are all the different positions you can be in? And for one of them, you only need to stay in one position long enough to try and relax it. And once you're past that, you can either relax it or you can't. You're kind of done with that position. Now you might say, well, we've been sitting on the bed like this for all this time. That's one position. It's like, no. Think of micro positions, you know, as we did the hand thing, you know, going to all these different positions. These are all different positions. They all require different muscles to engage and release in order to get there. So. Anyway.
Yeah, I do think of it as like a more slow form of Tai Chi, especially because like when you're teaching it, you do have to go slower and focus on the different parts of the stretch. But when I've seen you do it or when you've done it more at your pace, you know, there is a more consistent motion throughout the stretch, and it's more like a slow Tai Chi or Tai Chi mixed with stretching, kind of like.
Yeah. And when I'm doing that slow motion, it probably looks like I'm going faster when I teach because I kind of need. I'm really busy as I'm going through these positions. Every one of these positions, I'm thinking, am I released? Is there anything I can do to release it? Okay. And go to the next one. Is that released? Is there anything holding on? Okay, go to the next one. And if I were to explain everything I'm doing, I would be going, yeah, much faster. So you're right. I do more movement. Some of that's just because I've trained my mind to go through these things quickly and being able to do this on the fly. But if I were to go through that quickly, I'd be explaining it like you know, really fast. So I'd be talking, okay, be too much. So yeah, I still have to learn how to teach people to get to that level. But yeah, really, it's all about, getting to that relaxed state, getting to a slightly tense area, see if you can release that, getting to another slightly tense area, see if you can release that, and all just convincing your body through geometry, through logic of, that, like the tripod you mentioned, feeling the stability of being in a position. That's kind of what I was working on here, is seeing if you can feel stable while sitting on the bed like that, and then getting from that stable point to a position that's slightly tight, and then getting back to the relaxed area.